Hello, everybody. This is Camille Bauman from eWave. I'm the Chief Client Officer, joining you today live. We are hosting some experts to talk about 3 strategic ways to improve your commerce results. eWave is the global leading commerce innovator. Some of our clients range from world-class brands like Nike, L'Oreal, Canon, Toys R Us, Cochlear, Accent Group, Rip Curl, and more. We have stood up commerce for many of these world-class brands. So now what's next? At a time when the holiday season is over, limited spending is going on, we have 3 suggestions that don't involve discounting or increasing your ad spend. So I'd like to introduce you to Miles Purdom from Bloomreach, our strategic partner manager, dialing in from Texas today. Hayley Norton, Partner Manager APAC of Trustpilot, dialing in from Melbourne today, and our very own Nevin Lalage, Global Creative Director of eWave, dialing in from Sydney. I'm going to share that over the Christmas break, I did try and do all of my Christmas shopping online, and I did feel that there were some experiences with leading brands, leading department stores that were quite limiting. I left one of the leading department stores because I did a search for slip dress and the results produced back slippers, and left to go to one of our client sites, Mecca, and shopped up on cosmetics as gifts. I also bought a nice piece of jewelry, which I normally wouldn't do without trying it on, but it was a gift for my mother, a special occasion, an expensive item, and I didn't feel comfortable doing that without having to look at the reviews, not just reviews of the product, but reviews of the merchant as well, given it was my first time shopping with them. So in our agenda today, we will cover off suggestions from Bloomreach around how to reduce abandonment through experience and relevance. We will hear from Trustpilot around how to build trust to lift your revenue per visit. And we will hear from Nevin, our Global Creative Director, around how you could improve your experience and brand engagement through experience optimization via your user interface design to improve results and loyalty. We have question and answers towards the end. You're welcome to populate questions in the chat box there. And we have, whilst we're waiting for some more people to join, a quick poll for you. So I feel my greatest opportunity to maximize commerce results right now is, if you wouldn't mind submitting for the multiple choice, there's 4 options. I will give everybody 30 seconds and I will share the results. Thank you for submitting your results. Let's see what the results come to. Interesting. Building trust quickly with site visitors, creating a better search and merchandising experience, improving site design through the user interface and experience, and many of you, all of the above. So we're definitely going to cover off all of that today. Thank you. I'm going to hand over now to Miles from Bloomreach.
Thank you, Camille. Tom, could you give me the next slide when you get it? Go back one more there, Tom. Thank you. Awesome. Well, thank you, Camille, for the introduction, and thank you to the eWave and Trustpilot teams for inviting Bloomreach to join today. I'm Miles Purdom. I'm based, as Camille mentioned, out of Dallas, Texas. I've been at Bloomreach about 4 years, manage our strategic partner alliances here. So if you have any questions throughout the presentation or after, please do reach out. I've also asked Tom Washek from my team to join for a brief demonstration of the software, and he will introduce himself shortly after I give a brief Bloomreach overview. So Tom, now can you build that next slide out, please? Thank you. So who is Bloomreach? Bloomreach is a digital experience platform built specifically for the commerce experience. So if you look at the Gartner Magic Quadrant for digital experience platforms, we are the only visionary. This is because of our focus on B2B and B2C commerce experience. We have over 300 enterprise customers totaling more than 550 brands globally. Bloomreach powers 207 billion in online commerce sales, which accounts for 25% of retail commerce experiences globally. Additionally, our customers experienced more than 36% in average sales orders in 2020, leveraging our search, merchandising, Recs and pathways, SEO, and content modules you see on the bottom right, which I'll go into further detail on the next slide. So, BRX is an experience platform that allows the orchestration of the full commerce experience from end to end. This begins with the SEO module that's going to help drive organic traffic to your site in various ways, boosting anywhere from 10 to 15% lift in non-branded traffic to your product or category pages. And once the customers are on your site, they will likely engage with the search functionality. Bloomreach can also power site search with an AI-driven semantic approach, putting the right products in front of your customers faster for up to 20% or more lift in RPV. As your customers engage with your site, you'll want to thoughtfully curate your products. Bloomreach can power the curation of products anywhere there's a grid on your site, through recommendations, category pages, search results, and we can do this either at a granular level with robust tooling or at an algorithmic level and let the engine decide for you based on our data. We also power product recs and something that we call pathways. So recommendations can be placed anywhere on your page with ease, provided a guided selling approach and increasing average order value. These 5 components come together to drive the whole point of the BRX platform, and that is to build a compelling experience. Through our lightweight content module, you can pull together dynamic components like banners, articles, offers, products, videos, and more that provide unique experiences to the visitor. Make decisions with confidence with our purpose-built analytics. This will supplement your more robust analytic tools like GA or Adobe, but provide intentional insight that lets you make data-driven decisions across the experience. So all of these come together to drive revenue-generating experiences and move the needle for your business, which is why hundreds of enterprise customers have experienced great success using a combination or all of the BRX modules. And now on to Tom for a quick software demonstration.
Thank you, Miles. Hi, this is Tom Washek. I am Miles's technical counterpart. I'm going to lead you through a brief demonstration of our solution, but I wanted to set the stage by showing you how a insights to action workflow powered by Bloomreach can drive some interesting outcomes for your business. So we're going to start by identifying an opportunity that could help you drive additional revenue. We'll help you find a solution or multiple solutions. Then we'll put those solutions into effect. We're going to then evaluate, test, and iterate all the changes that I, as a merchandiser, I'm about to make within my enterprise. So this is the category management area within Bloomreach dashboard. In here, I am going to assess performance of the category that it belongs to me. I'm the manager of the wall and decor category. And this is the dashboard view that's maybe a little bit difficult to see, but I'm going to zoom in and show you the most important elements of this dashboard. As a merchandiser, I can get access to see how many visits I've received to my category page. I see that I have a pretty high exit rate for my category. I see what my add to cart rates, conversion rates, and so on are. Proceeding down the line, I see these are some of the products that are currently highly popular and within my category. Moving down further, I see search terms that have taken people or my shoppers away from this category. So I'm noticing that things like frames and mirrors are taking people away from my category. Then I see that these are highly associated categories, which then my shoppers end up in. So mirrors and clocks, things of that nature. And then I'm finally going to see additional categories and subcategories that are associated with the one that I'm managing. So I'm going to take this mirror as a cue, which will allow me to make some changes and be able to put a test in place. So from here, I can go ahead and edit my grid. This is a grid where I can move products around. I can set up some merchandising rules based on availability, based on additional insights and attributes. So I'm making a decision that I decided to boost a subcategory of mirrors by 25%. And you'll see that, and hopefully you noticed that some of the products have changed. Now I'm dominating, I've sprinkled actually a handful of mirrors in my category page. So within the dashboard, I can also see side-by-side experience of, on the left, you'll see the current state of my category. This is what everyone is getting. And over on the right-hand side, the changes that I'm proposing are allowing to introduction or boost, if you will, of certain products within the category. There are additional elements here that I can set up. I can apply a duration, so I can have this promotion, if you will, be in effect only for a short amount of time. I can also target this towards specific audiences, things like geographies, things like return or new customers or loyal shoppers. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to save this as a variant, because saving this as a variant will allow me to choose my basic behavior configuration and the one that I just made. And then I'm going to be able to create a very quick integrated A/B test. So from here, since my category gets a whole lot of traffic, what I'm going to do is I'm going to allocate only 60% of my traffic to this category to be participating in this particular test. Once a critical mass is reached, I, as the author, will receive an email letting me know which one of these test buckets is a winner, test A or test B. Very simple, very quick. With that, I'm going to pass over back to Miles so you can take us through some key takeaways.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. So to cover off on some key takeaways with the Bloomreach platform, I wanted to share a couple of our enterprise clients. So you can see here Staples. Staples uses us on the B2B and B2C side. You can see on the B2C site, there's been a 4.4 revenue per visit lift on the staples.com site, which you can see generated in a good chunk of change. And then on the B2B side, we had a 3.5% lift in RPV, 80% time less spent by teams on manually tuning sites, which is a key piece of the Bloomreach technology, leveraging the AI and machine learning. Next slide, Tom. You can see at Albertsons, we go across different verticals and industries, often with grocery. They were able to have a 25% faster build to a basket, 25% lift in search RPV, lift in conversion rates, increase in basket size. And next slide, please, Tom. And Hobbycraft. So you can see 15% increase in revenue per visit, able to launch new landing pages in hours rather than weeks. The key theme here is speed and results, so ROI. And that's the beauty of Bloomreach. We're not a point solution. We are not one of the larger platforms. So we're really flexible in how we can drive value quickly, and solely focused on the commerce experience and driving it back to conversion. So with that, thank you for hearing about Bloomreach.
Thank you, Miles, and thank you, Tom from Bloomreach. I'm really excited to have you join today for the first masterclass of eWave 2021, also because we are forming a unique global partnership and bringing Bloomreach to APAC with feet on the ground. So now I'd like to hand over to Hayley Norton from Trustpilot to talk about how reviews can help build trust and lift your revenue per visit as well. Over to you, Hayley.
Thanks so much, Camille. I'm so excited to be here today with gratitude to eWave and to Bloomreach. Let's now learn how you can leverage reviews that your customers have left and use them to speak directly to future customers. With trust declining globally, Trustpilot help businesses with their online reputation strategies to get better, get seen, and get sold in three main ways: helping you to understand your customer through easily collecting genuine reviews, making you money by increasing traffic and on-site conversion and reducing basket bounce, and saving you money by boosting your SEO and cutting customer acquisition costs. More than just a rating, Trustpilot stars signify to the world that a company has nothing to hide, loves its customers, and shares our mission to create ever-improving experiences for everyone. The businesses that work with us can use customer insights to improve their business and showcase that third-party validation directly on their website, in their marketing, and at various touch points throughout the customer journey to drive growth. As a business, we have such a strong why, and to be a universal symbol of trust is not working towards something one day maybe. Our customers, our people, our common goals, mindsets, and partners like eWave all over the world make our why possible. A consumer brand with global reach, Trustpilot platform powers businesses to collect, manage, showcase, and analyze reviews for services, products, and locations. And our open and neutral platform is trusted by both businesses and consumers to provide honest opinions. We know that trust-based marketing is how you return your ROI from achieving brand trust into measurable results. So we bring consumers and companies together to continuously share, collaborate, and improve. And we're open and transparent, independent of both, and a community to give everyone a voice. But the primary focus of today isn't about us. It's more important that you know how your business can benefit from reviews to optimize your revenue per visit and to accelerate the growth of your business. Let's begin with some tips for getting started with trust signals, regardless of which platform you use. First of all, people are looking for realness, knowing that no business is 100% perfect, that it's not just humanly possible. Customers expect you to have flaws, but more importantly, they want to understand how you deal with those flaws. Second of all, recency. This one's really interesting for me. Let me ask you a question. When you look into a business, would you look into reviews that were left back in 2019, or would you look for reviews that were left a couple of days or weeks ago? Which gives the most weight to you? Anything can happen between reviews left 6 months till this very time. Experiences may change, but consumers on the whole are more interested in the most recent and relevant experiences. Thirdly, we know consumers are looking for relationships online. Mistakes happen, and getting negative reviews is definitely nothing to be concerned about. Think of this as a future strength rather than a weakness. Build a relationship by responding to reviews. And remember, it's always good to respond to all reviews. By doing so, customers know that you're engaging with this, and it in return helps to build trust and confidence between customers and businesses. There are 3 things you can do now to build trust and win customers online. Firstly, make openness and transparency the center of what you do. Be open and respond to all feedback. A negative review is still valuable feedback. Don't be disheartened. Read it, understand it, and use it to improve. Secondly, in a world where we're being touched by hundreds of brands and adverts every day, build a strong relationship with your consumers. How? Personalized content and experiences are key. Making each one of your customers feel special and unique will send a positive message. They are cared for and they are important to your business. By doing so, you have a better chance at building trust with them and therefore at creating a strong, long-lasting relationship. Thirdly, having a customer advocacy strategy can be a game changer for a business that is trying to improve its online reputation. Engaging with your happy customers to promote their stories will help you build a stronger online reputation, as well as trusted customer relationships, which will encourage them to sing your praises to the rest of the world. After building a trusted brand, you need to showcase trust signals throughout the buying journey, and this will bring increased revenue per visitor. Using trust signals in the right place and at the right time is key in order to build trust with consumers. These reviews can then lead to some of the results you'll see up next. No matter the industry, all marketing efforts seem to work better when they feature trust signals. But trust signals can work differently at different stages of the purchasing funnel. Customers look for and value different elements of social proof as they work their way closer to a purchase. First up, Ann Summers recently carried out some research to better understand how influential their reviews were in their customers' purchasing decisions. They looked at a selection of products, checked the product star rating, and analysed how that rating score impacted the conversion rate for that specific product. They found that going from no reviews to a 1-star rating increased conversions by 76%. Products with the 1-star review still had a higher conversion rate than products with no rating at all, and going from 1 to 2 can boost conversions by 149%. This proves once again how important it is to provide customers with product reviews throughout the buying journey, regardless of the overall rating. Interestingly, going from a 4 to a 5-star rating on a product only increased conversions by 12%, but when looking at the graph, the incremental gains stack up to an amazing 230% conversion increase for products with 5-star reviews versus products with none at all. Their rating of 4.5 average stars on their products, according to this graph, means the brand should see a 218% increase in conversions just from showcasing product reviews on their product pages. These numbers speak for themselves, and Trustpilot product reviews can be an extremely powerful tool to increase your conversion rate, sales, and overall marketing performance, and help your customers make more informed purchasing decisions. Next up, Visio Room get 400,000 monthly website visits. With Trustpilot, they increased product review volume by 1900% using our automation. And showcasing those reviews on site increased product sales 8% in 1 month, which is amazing. Sugru was invented for people looking to improve and repair a wide variety of items and materials and is used worldwide. Over the last 5 years, they're now sold at 6,000 stores, and despite the massive retail expansion, their 500,000 customers still buy the products directly from the company's website. Now, we know how beneficial reviews were for sales on Amazon, and Sugru realized they needed to harness that power for customers shopping directly on their site. So they wanted an easy way to capture and share customer reviews, to showcase third-party reviews on their website to validate their product, their stellar customer service and superior post-sales support in an unbiased fashion, and then to monitor reviews for insights that the product team needed to improve. So they collected over 2,000 reviews, primarily positive, achieving a trust score of 4.8 out of 5. And following a 3-month period in which they A/B tested the TrustBox widgets on their site, they discovered that the widget led to a 55% increase in conversions. Lastly, Manfrotto built a great reputation thanks to online reviews in a very short time, showcasing an outstanding trust score in every market they operate. These results confirm the high level of customer happiness and satisfaction obtained throughout delivery of a great buying experience. Another goal they achieved through Trustpilot is traffic increase to paid campaigns, specifically Google Shopping and Google AdWords. The game changer was when Manfrotto got its 150th review, which together with their overall score above 3.5 out of 5, made the Italian company eligible for Google seller ratings. And that meant that they registered an average of 30% uplift in the click-through rate for their Google Shopping campaigns, which is definitely a brilliant result, confirmed by the Google AdWords campaigns as shown in the table. Today's shoppers are savvier than ever before when making an online purchase and will look at more than just price when making a decision. So when consumers think about buying a product or service, they don't just consider ads, features, and benefits. They strongly are considering trust signals, social proof such as badges, ratings, reviews, and logos that reinforce those claims. So now we've worked on building a trusted brand and showcasing trust signals everywhere potential customers are at. We know how to increase revenue per visitor. Here is your trust checklist to take away. With 66% of customers saying the presence of trust signals increase their likelihood to purchase from a brand, and 89% of consumers checking reviews before they make a purchase, these action items should definitely be on your to-do list if they're not part of your operations already. The future success of your brand depends on it. Making sure you're not only collecting third-party verified reviews, but using these trust signals in as many places as possible will be sure to lift your revenue from every customer, every visit. And once you collect this valuable feedback, don't let it go to waste. Make sure you get value from your reviews. Trustpilot is trusted by, we're trusted by trusted brands to grow and show brand trust. Thank you.
Thanks, Hayley, and definitely a lot of synergies around our client portfolio there. And I realize there's not all just retailers and merchants who've joined us today for the masterclass. So I see the huge value Trustpilot brings around building trust with the brand, not just in terms of product assortment, product improvements, but also in terms of building trust beyond just loyalty programs, right? This is for the long haul and yet a quick and easy way to implement program. Thank you. So I'd like to hand over to Nevin now, who has decade-plus creative design experience specific to commerce, who's going to share with us how UI and UX will help you drive results and loyalty. Over to you, Nevin. Thank you.
Thanks, Camille. Thanks, everyone. It's been great to hear today's session with all of the insights shared on how we can leverage these capabilities to help drive the results further. But what I'd love to share with you all now is how we help bring this into designing experiences for these commerce websites. And people talk about commerce best practice, but there's actually more to it than just selecting that right call to action button color or placing the add to cart button above the fold. The key principles here that all commerce user interfaces should actually always feel familiar and consistent. But to get the best results, you need to know exactly who you are designing for and what they're actually doing. And it's how those customers validate and decide through interactions that we, understand and make a difference in successful purchases. And that's going to lead me to my first tip. Identify your customers. And I'm sure most of you are familiar with personas. However, you don't need to get into such granular detail with them to be effective. you actually need to know what appeals to your customers. And we recently undertook a persona profiling exercise with one of our long-standing clients to identify profiles associated with their brands. These were created to help us understand a particular set of customer traits and appeals to figure out what we were trying to solve for who and why. And this ensured that we understood their experiences and allow us to fold these back into those core services when designing a new solution or actions. And we actually broke the behavior down according to fast or slow-paced decision-making across logical and emotional traits. And then we sort of identified these 4 characteristics being competitive, spontaneous, humanistic, and methodical. And some of these personas showed that while some are wanting instant, influential content, others actually want to share those consumer experiences that help inform other shoppers. So you can see how the power of reviews can help break down some of that marketing bias which some personas can perceive and lead them to relying on user-generated content to help push them over the line to make that purchase. So how do we actually design a solution that converts when we have so many different opinions on what is considered important? So my key takeaway from this tip is learn their shopping traits. And for the next tip, it's about understanding the behavior. Designing for behavior doesn't mean keeping that interface similar to others just because they've done the same thing. By all means, as I mentioned before, we need to make it familiar, but you actually need to make yours unique. And according to Forbes, 60% of companies actually think they have a good mobile experience, yet only 22% of customers actually agree. So it's important to have those transactional foundations correct, but you actually need to understand the way that your customers are engaging with different elements of your website are going to be key to making the biggest impact. Look at the way they're searching for products. How are they using the navigation menu and when? Are they browsing the featured product blocks on your homepage? Are they using the search after performing an action or when they first arrive? If your customers are heavily search focused, ensure you've got strong visibility at all times. But the key here is to go beyond those traditional queries and search phases. Consider searches like latest slim jeans or best for hot weather as part of designing out your search experience. Personas who are impulsive and want to discover trends are often going to engage with this type of search style behavior. And another way that customers find products and meet their needs and wants is, of course, the filtering and refinement. And we've seen many businesses take a generic approach to their attribute structures. However, the ones that have implemented those category-specific attributes are seeing better results in customers being able to find what they need and move through that path to purchase. And watching the different ways customers engage with these elements on the sites provide a huge amount of insight that will help you convert. We've done this through a number of different ways as part of our experience optimization service at eWave. And don't just rely on Google Analytics to get these results. Of course, it's an excellent place to start, but use these to validate your findings or identify challenges or places of interest to start with. What you actually need to do is focus on the behavioral analytics. And there are different research methodologies that you can actually do to see how your customers are engaging. Customer service emails are a great one. User recordings, which are constantly running on the website, are a great way as well. And even that customer satisfaction reports, these all help share valuable insight for you to understand your customer. And you really get that same mindset of your customer. And I know it can be difficult at first, but it's actually crucial that you see things from their perspective. So I'd ask yourself, do you know how the customers are behaving on your website? So my key takeaway from this tip is identify their patterns and their actions. And last, design for experience. So when people say design, everyone thinks of the branding, the marketing, collateral, the colors and the fonts. But design is much more than that. It's about problem solving. And what I want you to think about is how to communicate visually in the form of the product, service, or solution that we're trying to build. It's the way that we lay out this interface and the patterns to prioritize things that are important for our customers to make the right decision when the timing is right. And a homepage is more than just promotional banner blocks and featured products. Customers should be able to tell exactly what products and services you have available to them, understand brand authenticity or their values, and be guided and inspired through these multiple entry points to cater for all of these behavioral traits. And that's all just on the very first page. 40% of product or service businesses are actually impacted by the inclusion of designers at every stage of these key moments across the journey, according to Envision's recent survey of studies. And companies around the world with a high design maturity are more likely to see these cost savings and revenue gains. Time and time again, we've heard about customer-centric experiences, but the reality is there are actually still a lot of businesses out there who define requirements and features that they want their customers to have when they haven't invested the time to understand what really matters to them. Yet those businesses who go in and understand and watch how customers behave and act with these services across their brands, they are the ones who see the competitive advantage. And remember, customers who have a bad experience with brands and websites are 88% less likely to return, according to Forbes. So my key takeaway from this point is design to solve that problem or need. And in summary, it does sound familiar and simple, but working with these key global brands over a decade of experience has allowed us to understand and refine this process, establish the best practice for seeing results, and yet adapt to local customer needs. And of course, what I enjoy during our discovery or experience optimization phases is providing solutions to clients' problems continually once we've actually understood the challenges in the journeys, and then help adapt that to the particular brands. It's not one size fits all. Think, if someone's actually impulsive and they're making a purchase, do you have all of the information presented to them at that critical point in time for them to answer their questions, if they are logical in their approach? And if they like to be inspired, are we showing them how this product works with their lifestyle as well as other user-generated content to influence them? So remember, identify your customer, understand their behavior, and design for experiences. Thank you.
Thanks, Nevin. It was wonderful to hear from our global award-winning creative director as well. So congratulations on your recent award for Client Living Edge. The design of the site improved, increased revenue by 300%. So lovely to see that. No doubt with the team effort there. So we're opening up for question and answers. Feel free to populate in the Q&A button. I have one for you, Miles, one that's come in around your Bloomreach recent acquisition of CDP customer data platform. Is there any news to share about bringing CDP into the Bloomreach roadmap?
Yeah, absolutely. So I can give a little feedback there and Tom can supplement for me. But yeah, so Bloomreach recently took on some funding for the growth that we're anticipating and we're seeing. And the CDP acquisition of Exponia was part of that. So Exponia is now Bloomreach. This will, Bloomreach has traditionally had really good data on products and product search, product merchandising. We really understood the product. The CDP acquisition is not only going to give us marketing capabilities and some new capabilities, but it's also going to help us understand the customer more. And we're going to leverage that data in the CDP platform to fuse it into the Bloomreach platform and supercharge it. But Tom might have a more technical answer, but.
Thank you. I know if there are clients interested in hearing more, we may set up another masterclass down the track. As we're running out of time, I will mention very quickly, we do have a complimentary offer for access of Nevin to be able to give your website a quick review and some tips around where improvement can occur to ensure your design is designed for commerce results. And as we wrap up, I would like to thank our expert panelists today. Really appreciate you connecting in today to share some tips and insights on how our clients can improve their commerce results.